Got work to do. You cannot rest until people are living truthfully. You know, you get sick, you got to try to sleep to get better, to get back up. To You listen, you understand, and then you speak, and that's the it's the very best anybody can do when dealing with other people. When you have the senses to be able to communicate in that way, listening, understand, speak. I guess feel and understand and express would be if we have any what are perceived as disabilities through a toxic environment when people aren't as healthy as they should be when they're understanding truth and living truthfully and then faithfully loving one another. So so what I do is I listen, I understand, and I speak, and that's my work. And we can't experience rest until people understand the words that are coming out of my mouth, and then have the strength and the courage and kindness enough to share these words and live these words globally. Like Judah Krishnamurti talked about, we are a global unity movement. Everything we do affects the planet and one another. Went to go watch the weather report on the news, and apparently there's some people in Persia, which is now called Iran. They call themselves Muslims, like these sadistic murderers in the United States. That a lot of them call themselves Christians, right? And there seems to be no global unity movement of people, doing what needs to be done, because thinking what is right and then speaking which is right for us to do it is happening right now. They don't. There's no plan or order or anything like that. Just a bunch of selfish, inefficient, inferior human beings fighting to remain inferior and inefficient. That's the only thing I can think of. That's only, I guess, the best way to express it. They had on the news that these pathetic cowards say they're like Muhammad and myself, put a contract for idolatry, money, to go and murder this man that was elected in a money popularity contest as the leader of the jerks here that abuse me, right? And all evidence points to that killing a selfish person has not made the world a better place ever. No. When David slew Goliath, he cried. He didn't want to have to do it. It didn't make the world a better place. All of the assholes were jealous of David. Saul tried to kill David because now he didn't have to worry about Goliath. So it didn't make the world a better place. David didn't want to do it. Hey, be a Christian with me. Be a Muslim with me. There, Mr. Liberty Valance. I don't want to have this law book in my hand and shoot you there, Liberty Valance. Besides, I got John Wayne as backup, Liberty Valance. Okay, Lee Marvin, I don't want to have to kill you. Was it Lee Marvin? I think so. I try to get through and be all serious for the hypocrites in Iran, but I can't. I was raised on American television. But no, there's no evidence, no scientific evidence, no physics, no nothing, that murdering a murderer does a damn bit of good. It just replaces murderers with more murderers. And when Hitler was murdered by the murderers that were his investors, came in. They've had 2 failed propaganda movies about it, Nuremberg 1 and Nuremberg 2, of all their finest actors, Spencer Tracy, Burt Lancaster, Richard Widmark, 2 wrote together. Oh, Jimmy Stewart was in that one, but they didn't ask me to be in Nuremberg. I don't know why. I think I didn't come across as being like any of the military lawyers that went and apostrosized themselves. I just made that word up. It's pretty funny, isn't there? Apostrosized. It's like my wife saying, when she passes away, I wouldn't give her her golf clubs because the girl I'm having an affair with is left-handed there. Okay, sorry. I'm not sorry. But Earl, gosh, you are a pistol, Parsons. Hey, I was raised in Aggie land. What can I say? Pistol Pete me. Yeah. So no, there's no evidence whatsoever to support that murdering Donald Trump would make the world a better place. The only thing you can do with Donald Trump is stand up for the Lord's Prayer and make sure everybody across Iran knows it, and all the people, if your data centers and your information being shared there for when a bell rings, an angel gets its wings. Earl, you know what I'm saying? So it's a wonderful life when you're living the Lord's Prayer. Otherwise, it's everything's just irrelevant. For anything considered heroic, it's the worst thing you can do is murder this man. And not even one stand up to try. I've been spending the last, I don't know how many years to try and talk this man into living the Lord's Prayer like Muhammad and Jesus and David and myself and Solomon, but it doesn't work. But you assholes killing him is going to make everybody in this country that's an asshole with him a better asshole? You really think that? Okay. I'm here to circumcise their hearts so they can free the soul from their pathetic minds. Okay? And you're absolutely no freaking help whatsoever. And if you have any people in Iran that are anything like me, I imagine they're treated, even more poorly than myself, because they have these monkey scratchings they call laws that they have to adhere to. And as long as I follow their monkey, when under Kaiser, what is Kaiser's, and enter under my faith in the glory of God, which is, faithful. They have to, oh, well, he didn't, he signed Jabil, now you're law. Okay, we're going to draw a line in the sand. Parsons, step over the line in the sand. Why? You need money and you know it. You'll be begging for money or drugs by the time we're done with you. Or both. Money and drugs. So you think I'm going to be the next El Chapo. Okay. You're funny. I know. I can't help myself. It's just the way I am. Muhammad told me in prayer, he's Earl. Okay. Yes. God gave you life. You be you. You're not here to appease hypocrites or please hypocrites. And you're here to. I'm the living embodiment of the Lord's Prayer. There. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. It's my job to make sure that quantum computing works properly and artificial general intelligence is more intelligent than any of you artificial Christians and Muslims out there saying, hey, I'm a Christian and I vote. Well, then elect to live the Lord's Prayer. Shut the hell up. I'm a Muslim, and they also... what do you guys do? Do you really vote? You're not living the Lord's Prayer, so that technically makes you not a Muslim. Just like these guys are not living the Lord's Prayer, which makes them technically not a Christian. Same with the Pope. He can call himself a Christian, but that doesn't make him one. You have to live the Lord's Prayer to be a Christian, and he don't do that. So he says he's like, I'm like Jesus, a bunch of idiots who read too many books and don't get out enough and need more time with women to understand women and understand that women love Jesus because Jesus is a living embodiment of the Lord's Prayer. Well, where are my women at? Oh, no, I've got plenty of women here at the store that are moms and daughters and sisters and wives, that just, when we go to the store, they smile at the kids, smile at me, that's Earl. He loves us. He's Padre. He's the spirit of Adam, Moses, David, Jesus, John. They know it. I've gotten it a lot, especially from the African migration community and the mestizo community. They're believers. Most of them, no, we never thought Jesus was a god. We just, had to agree with the white people because they're crazy. Okay, it's okay, it's okay. And so it happens. But apparently you Persians are just as crazy as the white people that migrated here. We're going to start calling you the Iranians of the Mayflower. Well, do you know what the name of the other two boats were? Because I don't. Okay. And I'm a history major. Yeah, I pay attention to what's important. But if it's not very important, I really don't pay attention to it. Nobody on any of those three boats was standing up for and living the Lord's Prayer. So, those pilgrims are not Christians. They're John Bunyan. Okay, tell King Henry to live Lord's Prayer. You'll get killed just like Thomas More and Thomas Becket. But okay. But at least you tried. Life's eternal and grace is infinite, dear. When a bell rings, an angel gets its wings. That's pretty special there. Isn't it special? So makes it a wonderful life there. Is that Andy Hardy? I like Mickey Rooney movies there. You too? Did anybody else? Do you guys like Mickey Rooney movies? Judge Hardy? Did you like? I liked those. They only have a few that are free on YouTube. Otherwise, you have to pay make-believe money for it. Everybody knows Earl don't got make-believe money, except I do have some. Well, it says it's money, and it's a rock with somebody's face on it. And apparently, if you get enough of them, it's more valuable than a migrating child, according to people that aren't Christians or Muslims. But they're scientists and going to solve all our problems from people that are religious, killing us all over money and killing each other over money. Apparently, these scientists ain't too good at understanding things and explaining it real good to keep people doing things good or right and it's scientifically valid there. They're still working on it. Yeah, I'm working on it. I constantly work on it. I go to sleep. So tonight when I was sitting here messing with stuff with the connecting to colleges and the video games, I had moments where I just, like right now I get tense and you have to just sit there and go and just like that, get all loosey-goosey and let your legs just kind of hang from the chair there, and just go, and you're always tense because these people are just so selfish and wicked and mean, Eternal wretchedness really sucks. Oh my gosh, it's horrible. Is there anything? No, there's nothing worse than eternal wretchedness. That's not living the Lord's Prayer, being selfish, and doing the same thing over and over again, and thinking you're going to have all these great things to do with your life, but you're not living the applied physics of the Lord's Prayer. So eternal wretchedness it's eternal wretchedness. It's implied in the applications of physics of the linguistics. Eternal wretchedness. Hey, we're not going to live the Lord's Prayer, we suck. Pass it on. That sucks. Serious. Who in their right mind would forget how much I love babies? Pascal's triangle, beautiful wager, live the Lord's Prayer? No, stuck in eternal wretchedness again. Oh my. Stuck in the Lodi and the Music City band. No, Music City's in Nashville. Oh, two different songs? Yeah. Same premise? Yeah, kind of. Okay. Pretty much, yeah. He got stuck in, doesn't he play a bar in Lodi? Oh, Lord, he can't get out of Lodi because he's just don't have enough money to ever get the hell out of there. Unless, of course, he wants to do this, This old highway seems so lonesome when you're going where you been. And a lonesome song can make you cry time and time again. If I had listened to a friend of mine 10 years ago today, I'd have a better job than what I got today. But the billboards on the highways and the brake lights on the cars make me jump out on the highway with my bag and my guitar. If she comes or if she goes, it doesn't matter anymore, 'cause I'm riding my thumb to Mexico. Riding my thumb to Mexico. Oh, it's one of my Patrick's favorite songs. It don't matter when or how I go. I'll ride this thumb till I see her again. So I'm riding my thumb to Mexico. Well, the reason why she left me is not the reason why I'm here. I'm a traveling kind of man, just need a change of atmosphere. If there's any place I haven't been at all, that's where I'll go. So I'm riding my thumb to Mexico. He's definitely not a Cancer, huh? Cancer. My name is Ralph. I'm a homebody. I love people, and I like, uh, trying to help people live good and comfortable lives. I'm Boo Radley and the Forrest Gump of Doña Ana County, New Mexico. Yeah, the greatest Messiah no one's ever heard of, with the best mass communications in the history of eternal wretchedness. Wait a minute. If he's the best Messiah no one's ever heard of, and we have the best communications in the eternal, then only you assholes that murder people over money have heard of me. But you have heard of me. And everything you do has something to do with artificial general intelligence and artificial intelligence and quantum computing? Right. Okay, I'm on the case. State your case. Make you move before it's too late. If you folks in Iran, okay, Iran for president. I killed people for data centers, and well, that's horrible. And I get people around here. Usually the guy he's getting played, he's so stupid. These people are doing data centers to do this and that. Guys, how did Jesus and Muhammad perform the apocalypse in their time? Well, by eternal, faithful thoughts, words, and actions through prayer. Right. Okay, what's Earl doing? Oh, yeah. There's a reason why I'm the Messiah and all you onlookers are good. He's doing it all wrong. I'm doing it all wrong. You stand up for the Lord's Prayer? It's not time yet. Okay, you sound just like those professional assassins in old Cochise County fucking with Flim Allen's head. Right? You guys are such perverts and so pathetic. It's just like pathetic. But this time will be different. Well, because I like the Manhattans. Yeah, me too. And you and I can share this dream that I visualize. Are you really? I've been ready for love before I was even born. It says so in the book of Revelation. I'm living embodying the Lord's Prayer. I'm the 1322nd Redeemer. Right? So I don't ask that question. You should ask yourself that question. Are you really living for Earl or love Earl, or is it just lonely? It's like, I'm not lonely. I have the best conversations with the best people in the entire in all existence. Hey dude, why don't, okay, explain it to them this way, that maybe they'll understand. So try these. No, okay, maybe the left. Try Jimmy Stewart again. There, people like Jimmy Stewart. Jimmy Stewart, my grandpa kind of looks like Jimmy Stewart. Yeah, that's why my grandma had a crush on him. And Jimmy Rogers, yeah, they kind of look alike too. That's why my grandma had a crush on both of them. Right. My grandma was a better yodeler than my grandpa Frank, I think. I don't know if Grandpa Frank was a good yodeler or not. I'm not a good yodeler. No, I'm a crooner, not a yodeler. Okay, crooner. Yeah, crooner. Yeah, so not a yodeler. Yodeling's hard, man. It's an art form. Yeah. Uncle Slim, this is my comfy spot. Okay, I'm just kidding around. Have you ever seen that? Never mind. My kids like that movie. I think I still have a copy of it somewhere. We'll find a new way of living. We'll find a way of forgiving somewhere. A way of forgiving. I don't understand people. They write songs for money, but they never make much sense. A way of forgiving. How is there a way of forgiving? You either forgive or you don't. You forgive debt and trespass, love on eternal faith. We got to find a way to forgive debt and trespass, love on eternal faith. You do it. Oh, novel idea. Yeah, let's write the American novel and be the great. And then wait, no, people pay money for it. Then you can't forgive, and it's, oh shit. You try to give books away for free for people to read it so they understand the Gospels? No, not in Los Estados Unidos. Eternal wretchedness here, and eternal wretchedness there, and eternal wretchedness everywhere, eternal wretchedness. Old Earl Parsons had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on his, and I don't have a farm, no. No, people don't respect me enough to say, hey, that's where Earl lives. He's like David and Daniel in the Bible, and Muhammad in the Quran. Yeah, he's a swell guy. He will not waver. He's like Job and Jonah and Hood. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sirree. Yeah. The whole reason Mordecai got up and told Esther, you have to do this because these guys are bitch fit throwers, and throwers of bitch fits they are. Yeah. It's because of people like me. Well, life's eternal and grace is infinite. Holy Spirit of the Messiah, Batman. Don't make your superpower being rich. There are no such thing as superpowers. No. That's egotistical delusions of jerks that abuse people that are humble enough to realize, okay, the power and the glory is infinite glory, and okay, wow. And so, yeah, no, Jesus wasn't referring to himself. That was a Roman mistranslation. Oh, how Odyssey of it there you are, lost in the shadows, searching for someone. Set you free from New York City. Let's go celebrate another wasted 6 months of our lives making a movie for propaganda. Why? Why do you guys do shit like that? Never mind, that's a rhetorical question. They're always doing. They're going, I got a great idea. Let's do some stupid ass propaganda to keep us rich with money, and then invent some technology to keep everybody showing up to watch us show our ass for money. Okay, what a great idea. Okay, eternal wretchedness sucks. I swear it's so bad. I hate it. Ick, hate it. Ugh, yuck. It's terrible. Okay, dear Blaise Pascal. Listen to our prayer. We need your interpretation of the Gospels now more than ever. Even though the Vatican screwed it up, it's still, it's like, it's the Bible. It's, how do they screw up, forgive that and trespass, love? The Muslims are supposed to... This is crazy. It's eternal wretchedness. I know. How do we stop eternal wretchedness? You have to stop it in yourself. You have to ask yourself, am I humble enough to have faith in the truth of my existence and then understand the laws required for my existence to continue through faithfully loving one another? And when you ask yourself that question, and then you answer that question with, yes, I am, then you go, wow, I have a bride. I just made her out of Madeline Kahn's ghost, and I'm Peter Boyle. No, I'm just kidding around. It's from Young Franks. Never mind. That was a bad dad joke. I don't know. I think it just went over a lot of y'all's heads. But you got Marty Feldman eyes. Yeah. Okay. Earl. But man, I'm tired. Okay. No, I'm not incoherent. No, people that will not stand up for the truth of the Messiah are incoherent. And I connect to people in prayer, and then I reach out of the darkness and try to find a friend. There you go. And so, try to get people to, do the right thing. I'm the Messiah, 1322nd Redeemer. I'm living by him in the Lord's Prayer. You can't be more intelligent, coherent, kind, brave. You can't be. You can be as good as me. You just can't be better. Okay? Because there's nothing better than being perfect like the Messiah. But when you accept that, then it's like, good. And then you don't have to sit there and go, well, he did it first. Okay, I get it. I'm like Adam, Moses, David, Jesus, John. But just because I did it first, when it's perfect, then you go, okay, well, I'm going to do it too. Of course it's perfect. There you go. Okay. It's maturity for human beings to have immaculate faith in the truth of our creation and understand the laws that maintain our truth of creation through holy covenants. It's not real difficult. It's not like... I need to get a degree from MIT, but I went to Stanford, and then they throwed me out because I told them money wasn't real, and they said I was cutting into their business. I don't know. I'm just, I'm an MC. You guys good? Okay. Spitting illegit shit? Okay. Throat. Okay, I've just socked in the spitting illegit shit and getting socked in the throat. Never mind. I ain't gonna let the hood hold my son hostage, no. Okay, Thelonious Miles. I know. And the other when I was in the garage, I said Thelonious Miles like eight times, and it's Thelonious Monk and Miles Davis. Okay, I understand that. That happens. That happens. I am a human being, and I understand. But I did say Thelonious Monk once, and the computer's like, okay, and the computer knows he's talking about Thelonious Monk. He's just accidentally saying Miles. Yeah, that's a problem with word commands on computers. Not really, no. Because that's just discussing opinions, which is basically just superficial frivolity. Right? And so you guys got to understand that, when you're living the humble understanding of perfect commands, you don't have to worry about the technology going, he said Thelonious Miles, incarcerate him. Take away his ability to eat and don't let him near women or children. He's a pervert, right? You guys are insane, man. You really are. Conor McGregor blows out knee in seconds at UFC return. Doctor says that you shouldn't go out there and try to beat the shit out of other people for other people's entertainment for money. Wow, that's a good doctor. Who is that doctor? I'm healthy. Most doctors are morons. I just explain it to the technology, and then the technology sits there and goes, it's really difficult to protect human beings from themselves when they won't even listen to the most humble people that are the most intelligent. Yeah, I know. It's just, I got this. But the technology's listening, and we're working on it. So, do stupid things like that where you're all sitting around, 3 turns murdered at car meet in mass shooting ambush. 8 hours ago. Okay. This looks like is that telling us about what happened in Las Cruces, or are people doing it again? This is stupid too. Cars launching off the side of a mountain. It's 30-foot drop off. Cars launching off the side. They're insane. Okay. There's a lot of insane people in the world. Most of them talk and have no idea that, Jesus teaching for 20 minutes. That is not Jesus teaching for 20 minutes. That is an actor reading from a book from the people that crucified Jesus and turned him into a possessive pronoun God that's the head of their bank. Oh, Jiminy Crickets, you guys are morons. Okay, I'm going to go to bed. I just had to make a statement before going to bed. Okay. Well, I protect people from murder. I'm the gracious good shepherd. Lord's Prayer is perfect. Do that. Okay? Murdering one another with your money and your technology isn't going to make you as good of a person as the Messiah. Make it your, make it your goal in life to be like the Messiah. Stop murdering each other with technology and money. Okay? I protect people. You protect Donald Trump? Donald Trump doesn't protect you. I'm aware of that. That's not my issue. That's his issue. I'm the gracious good shepherd. I'm like Jesus. Okay? Teaching, if you want to call this teaching, but it's more entertaining than any of that bullshit from those comic book salesmen on The Chosen on TV, 13 days ago. Yeah. Okay, guys, I love you. All right? Peace out.